A prominent attorney, Trevor Patterson, has been accused of forging a document to add the U.S.-based family of hotel mogul Gordon Butch Stewart as beneficiaries of a trust intended to benefit only two of his children. The stunning accusation was made in an affidavit filed in Jamaica's Supreme Court by Mr. Stewart's son, Adam. This as the dispute over the lack of progress in administering the estate of the late hotel mogul intensifies. Norgay Banton has more in this report.
The affidavit was filed on November 20 this year in support of an application by Adam and his siblings, Jamie Stewart McConnell and Brian Jardim. Adam is CEO of the Sandals and ATL groups. In the years leading up to Butch Stewart's death, he was publicly seen as being groomed as his father's successor. Trevor Patterson is a senior attorney at the law firm Patterson Mayer Hamilton and was Butch Stewart's personal attorney. He's also among 4 executors of Mr. Stewart's estate. Adam, Brian, and Jamie, who are based in Jamaica, told the court that since their father's death in January 2021, no progress has been made in administering his estate according to his wishes. While citing the lack of progress, the siblings have asked the Supreme Court to remove the 4 executors of his estate. The 4 are Butch's common-law wife, Cheryl Hammersmith Stewart, 2 of his lifelong friends, Hugh Martin and Elizabeth Deno, and Mr. Patterson. The Stewart siblings told the court that they've lost trust in Cheryl and Patterson's ability to fairly administer their father's estate and are seeking to have the administration conducted as quickly as possible. Citing the findings of 2 international experts, Adams says there's overwhelming evidence that Patterson forged a document to alter Butch Stewart's wishes. According to Adam, it appears, subject to evidence to the contrary, that Mr. Patterson's support of the interest of Butch Stewart's U.S.-based family and one of their siblings, Bobby Stewart, has driven the attorney to falsify and backdate to 2019 a draft deed including them as beneficiaries of a trust that was intended to benefit only him and his sister Jamie. The Sandals and ATL boss said an e-disclosure specialist reviewed the draft deed which was submitted by Patterson. And the findings are stunning. According to Adams' affidavit, quote, the metadata report shows that the draft deed sent by Mr. Patterson to the trustee on October 5, 2021 was in fact created and later modified for 31 minutes by Trevor Patterson on January 10, 2021. That is 6 days after my father's death and not in 2019 as stated in Mr. Patterson's letter or at any point prior to my father's death, end quote. It added that Adams' attorney instructed a digital forensics specialist who has 20 years of experience, a doctorate in computer science, and operates a company based in the United Kingdom to do a further review of the draft deed, and the same findings were arrived at. Adam told the court that the conclusion in the digital specialist's report stated that Trevor Patterson amended the draft deed 6 days after Butch Stewart died to add 6 beneficiaries, including Cheryl Hammersmith Stewart and Bobby Stewart. Adam further told the court that another UK-based digital forensics expert engaged on October 31 this year also confirmed the damning findings. According to Adam, quote, it is of deep concern to me that Mr. Patterson has apparently knowingly and dishonestly fabricated a document to the detriment of Jamie and me, who are the sole beneficiaries of the trust, end quote. Adam told the court that he's concerned that Patterson misrepresented Butch Stewart's wishes in an egregious way, and the attorney cannot be trusted to discharge his duties as executor in a fair way, at least without careful discretion from the court.
Attorney-at-law Trevor Patterson is denying allegations of fraud and forgery related to the estate of the late hotelier and business magnate Gordon Butch Stewart. The accusations, circulated in a recent article on Instagram and the traditional media, are in a lawsuit that the attorney asserts has not yet been served, leaving him no opportunity for comment prior to publication. In an extensive statement defending his integrity, Patterson detailed his professional relationship with Butch Stewart, who passed away in January 2021. Robian Williams tells us more.
Having served as Butch Stewart's personal attorney for nearly 2 decades, Trevor Patterson says he was instrumental in drafting the hotel mogul's estate plan over a 3-year period. He emphasized that Stewart repeatedly refused to discuss the plan with his family, fearing it might cause discord among beneficiaries. The attorney alleges that Stewart's estate plan included a request to sell assets, including the Sandals and Beaches resort chain, and distribute proceeds among family members according to specified percentages. Stewart's wishes, he noted, were documented in various legal instruments, including wills dated 2018 and 2020, a final letter of wishes, and memorandum prepared with assistance from U.S. and Bahamian law firms. The allegations center on a 2005 trust established in Guernsey, initially naming 2 of Stewart's children, Adam and Jamie Stewart, as beneficiaries. Mr. Patterson alleges that Stewart's intent was to integrate this trust with other Bahamian trusts holding significant assets, treating them collectively for distribution purposes. He says the controversy began when he reviewed trust documents following Stewart's passing. He acknowledged adding the names of additional family beneficiaries to a draft amendment of the Guernsey Trust, aligning with Stewart's documented wishes. The draft amendment was sent to the Guernsey Trust in 2021, with the attorney seeking recommendations for compliance with Guernsey law. Despite these efforts, the attorney says a campaign led by Adam Stewart has sought to discredit him, including accusations that he altered Stewart's wishes. Mr. Patterson strongly denies these allegations. He says that all his actions adhered to Stewart's documented intent. The attorney says he has acted consistently with Mr. Stewart's wishes and has nothing to gain by deviating from them. He says the draft document did not alter Mr. Stewart's plan, but sought to implement them as discussed with the Guernsey Trust. Mr. Patterson expressed dismay at claims of fraud purportedly uncovered through forensic examination, labeling them baseless and part of a broader effort to challenge the inclusion of additional beneficiaries. He says the real objection is that certain family members want to claim the Guernsey Trust as their own, contrary to Mr. Stewart's explicit wishes. Robian Williams for Nationwide News.
Thank you, Ruben. And lawyers representing Adam Stewart and his siblings, Jamie Stewart McConnell and Brian Jardim, say they have reviewed the response by attorney-at-law Trevor Patterson. Hart, Muirhead and Fata say they have noted numerous statements that may be defamatory to their clients. The lawyers say they'll advise the siblings in due course of the appropriate action that may be available to them in regard to this statement.